You chased us out. Right, there was no music on that stage. And I said, but you chased us out of the building. Get the F out. All the stuff.
Right,
So
he basically said you got 5 minutes to get out.
Yeah, so I'm like, you put yourself in that situation. Now, here's a little thing where maybe we were guilty of something, a little sabotage. He said, hey, so I just said, look, we're not coming back, man. You chased us out of the building. So we're honoring your request. We're gone. Dude, figure it out. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to tell you. But he was going to, he said, what we're going to do is while we figure out how to replace you, we're going to play the best ofs. And we had all these best ofs on CD. But we still had a friend there. So we may have made a phone call to this friend and said, listen, find that box of CDs that has our best ofs. Meet us in the alley behind the building.
We were going to do a drive-by.
And give them to us. And this is exactly what happened. Basically, Miles and I pull up, man. This guy hands us the CDs.
We just roll down the window, poof, in the car, we drive away.
We're gone. So now the CDs are sitting in my apartment in Baltimore. So about 2 days later, the boss calls again.
They were going to do it the next day. This is a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we do this on Monday after they have kicked us out of the office. We then go back later and do the drive-by because we're getting these things. After we've been kicked out of it and talked to like this, all this crap, now, you're going to have to figure out what to put on the air tomorrow because we did it the right way.
So now he calls me.
So Scamponi throws these things in our car, all right? He goes back in. He's outside smoking a cigarette. We drive away. Now, Tuesday comes around. They got nothing.
They got nothing.
There's nothing okay. And then on a side note, here's another thing that happened. So we determined, like, look, we have a ton of friends that we work with in this building. A lot of people we respect. A lot of people we like. Great coworkers, all that, from the reception area on down. And we said, we're going to throw a party at a local bar that is literally 2 blocks away from the radio station. And
one thing to remember, before the party happened, the boss called me and said, we can't find the best stuff. So I said, man, I don't know what to tell you. We don't work there anymore. I don't know. And he even says, I know you have them.
No.
I said, I'm pretty sure I don't.
But he also fired our producer not too long before that, like a month. And I'm like, well, maybe our old producer Eric has them.
Yeah, talk to him.
Because we haven't taken a vacation since Eric left, so we don't know where the best stuff are. That was never our job. The reason they put a best of is because we weren't there, so we did not know where those CDs were. We did not know any. So this is our explanation.
And I was lying to him, and he kept saying, "Yeah, I know you have them." I said, "Man, I don't have them. You need to get your stuff in order." Because, hey, it's not up to me to run your station. You chased us out. Yeah. Good luck on the best of.
So we got word out. We said, like, we're going to show up at this bar, the CVP, at Charles Village Pub in Towson. We're going to have a farewell party. We just want to say goodbye to everybody and drink a beer one last time and do this thing. So word of mouth gets around if it started at 5, 6 o'clock, sometime in the afternoon. We get down to this bar, and a lot of our coworkers are already inside drinking. So there's a pretty good number of people in there that work for the company. Now, when we get there, our program director and our general manager are out front of the bar. They want to get into a fight. These are adults. These guys are 20 years older than we are. We're 30 at the time. They're in their 50s. Yeah. They've determined that they want to get into a fist fight. All right, outside the bar, which had windows.
Yeah, everyone's looking outside.
And you can see the sidewalk. And all of these two, their employees are in the bar, and they're watching their bosses trying to get into a fist fight with 2 people that put the 2 weeks in. I think, Ted, were you in the bar?
No, Ted was out with us, but you were on probation.
Well, I had walked by them, but they were so rude the day we put in our 2 weeks, right? He had said something to me like, are you telling people you're leaving? I was like, yeah. He was like, well, stop doing that and get out of the building now. And I remember I just looked at it and said, I'm not even full time, so I just quit.
Ted did one of these.
Right. Because it did not register in my brain when we saw him outside the bar that it was real. So you guys were still out there. At that point, I had walked in, and then I got word what was going on and tried to come back out.
Right.
But I remember at one point.
But you couldn't get in a fight. Because, yeah.
Well, Ted was on probation.
I wasn't on probation. I was on bail.
Right. But I remember you made the statement because these guys are threatening to fight us, and we're like, dude, you are insane. Like, this has escalated. All he said is,
can we just go in and get a beer?
But Ted said, hey, man, I'm on bail. I'm going inside. Because I think, Ted, you look like you were ready to swing.
Yeah.
And
I don't really care. It was like 23.
Yeah, so what?
They just didn't seem like they had fought in a while.
I don't think either of them have ever done that.
Both of them are wearing basically trench coats.
Oh, yeah.
You know, some like, and they're
business suits.
And they're wearing suits underneath it, you know, with Johnson and Murphy shoes on with no, I mean, like, just like, this is how you're going to fight. You're the big boss. Like, you're the program director of 3 or 4 radio stations.
5.
You're standing outside of a bar where people are just trying to say goodbye, and you want to get a fist. This is what I'm talking about when things end.
Yeah.
Sometimes job, you just walk away and everybody's happy and it's your own accord.
Not them.
Sometimes you got 2 idiots outside who want to get in a fist fight with you because people want to celebrate, you get a new job.
And we had listeners there, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All we said was, hey, we're giving our notice.
Next thing you know, we're going to scrap in front of a bar. Job, relationship, hobby, or habit, what brought it to an end? 206-803-ROCK.
The common poor will.
Poor will?
Poorwill. Poor will. The common poor.
Couple from our question, what did you crash into or what crashed into you? This is a true one, I believe. I crashed into Dave Matthews 6 years ago.
Yeah.
He didn't appreciate the irony as much as I did. And from Big Dave.
He almost ran over my wife. Not Big Dave, Dave Matthews. Seriously, it's years ago. We just got into Seattle, and she's like, I was almost hit by a Prius today. I'm like, you all right? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. And she's a big Dave Matthews fan. And she said the guy was very apologetic. And I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. Why are you bringing it up? She's like, it was Dave Matthews.
Yeah, Wallingford's a dangerous place. I was riding my bike in an amphitheater, lost control because I couldn't find the brakes and crashed into a bulletproof window.
Oh, damn.
That had to hurt. As far as a couple of these, as far as having an airbag deployed, it's like taking one of those rubber dodgeballs straight to the face.
Yeah.
The powder inside smells horrible. A lot of people made that comment as far as the smell once that thing deploys.